Hey friends, we started this last week and we only got this far. So we've cut out our design. We have also drawn our design in pencil. Now in class today we talked about radial balance and how we rotate our pattern around a center point, so it creates kind of more of a round design. And I just want you to keep that in mind as you color today, because we do want to repeat a pattern around the center of our mirror. So if, for example, I did green, yellow, green, yellow, green, yellow, and it repeated all the way around, didn't change. So we're not going to be using random colors. We're going to try to create patterns with those colors to keep with our balance. So with this project, you will need what you started last week. I would suggest crayons or colored pencils and markers if you have them. I think they kind of make it stand out more. So let's get started. Alright, so we are going to be coloring this week. Next week we'll add the mirror and the cardboard to make it heavy and strong. So let's get coloring. Remember, we're thinking about a pattern here. We're not going to be randomly coloring everything like sometimes we want to. We want to keep it nice and neat and use that pattern. So let's use, I think I'm just going to keep it simple and just trace with my marker all my hearts the same color first. So I'm going to just trace everything with marker and make sure that I'm creating a pattern before I color everything in with the crayon. So I'm going to do pink hearts here, and then I think I'm going to use maybe, I think I'll use orange. Orange around here maybe kind of look like a flower. They really like marigolds. So keep adding this. And if I wanted to, I could trace the inside. I did that on my last one. And I can just have a paper underneath so that I can get just the edge of that traced. Okay. And again, I'm thinking about repeating the same color over and over again. Now, if you're not happy with that, you're like, I'd rather do an alternating pattern, that's fine. So let's do an alternating pattern now. Let's do a red. Now, should you be copying me? No, I'm just giving you ideas right now, guys. So. Alright, so everything is traced. Now we're ready to add the color. You could color with marker. For me, my choice is to color inside with crayon this week. Kind of like that look of just having the lighter color inside with the darker color on the outside. So when I color with the crayon, again, I'm just coloring in one general direction, and I'm going to fill in all of my space. And I think you guys are starting to get the idea of what to do. I just want to remind you one more time, today is all about just coloring. We're not going to go any farther than that. Next week you will need to have a piece of cardboard. I took a pizza box for mine, but a cereal box would work just as well and be easier to cut, and some aluminum foil. If you don't have aluminum foil, I'll give you options next week, but if you can find some by next week, that would be great. So aluminum foil and a box. Alright, so I just want to show you one last thing about coloring. Remember, when we're coloring, we're not scrabbling and going all over as fast as we can. We want to train our hand to go in one direction, back and forth, and just really fill in that space evenly with the crayon not getting darker or lighter. We're just trying to make it look like it's one even color, and we're making it look really neat. Okay. I think you guys have seen enough of my coloring. I'll have this finished for you next week when we put together the next part, but I need you to complete your coloring right now, and then I want you to come back to the Google Meet, show me your progress, and check out a class. So I'm excited to see what you come up with. We'll see you then.